and welcome to episode 5 of LASC Keeping the Light On. I'm your host, Allie Bailey. This week we'll be speaking with Jillian Cummings, the Educational Director of Los Altos Youth Theater. Hi, Jillian.
Hi, Allie.
Can you tell us how you got started with LAYT and how you became the Educational Director?
I got started with LAYT when I was probably about 8. Back then, there wasn't as many theater programs in the Bay Area. So growing up in Mountain View, I did shows at Los Altos Youth Theater, and I did shows at Mountain View Youth Theater, which used to be run through their recreation department, which doesn't exist anymore. And I grew up doing shows here forever. When I was 15 in high school, I got asked to choreograph my high school shows. We started doing musicals again, and I was the only non-staff member who was working on the staff of the show. And then when I turned 18, I got hired by Los Altos Youth Theater to co-choreograph The Boyfriend with Molly Bell as the director and choreographer. And that was my first kind of paid gig working in the arts. And I think for a while there wasn't a year that went by that I did not work on a show at Los Altos Youth Theater until I went away to school for a bit. But it's always been a second home, a place I love. So I always love to work here. And then when I started working with Los Altos Stage Company, the wonderful artistic director that was in charge, Trish Files, was retiring. And we reached out to the city and said that if they wanted, we would love to have a chance to keep this program running and keep it as amazing as it is.
Can you tell us why LAYT is so important to its participants and the community as a whole?
What makes it special is when you do a show here, you bond with that cast because there's only so many kids we can put there. So instead of being one of 140 at many theater companies, you're one of 20. And these kids know each other. They hang out like every day afterwards. They take each other to dances. They become the best of friends and so close. And it's the entire cast. It's not cliques and groups. All of them learn and love each other. And I also think because we do things that are smaller and we have this beautiful small stage, we get to put on a higher quality of a show because there isn't a huge stage to fill with tons of sets and props and sceneries. We pick shows that work well and challenge the kids to really learn and work on their acting because the audience is so close that they can't just schmacked. They have to really connect to their emotions. And I just think it is such a cool space to really push kids to the next level. And we've been very lucky to have some amazing, talented kids come through.
How is the pandemic affecting summer camps in LAYT?
Summer camps have been completely affected by the pandemic. We had a fantastic summer program going. And now we have to do it virtually. So we have done our best. We waited until we couldn't wait anymore to figure out that even if we had a space, we didn't have bathrooms, we didn't have anything else to offer our students. So we decided that we were going to pull the camp on in-person summer programs due to just keeping the kids and the teachers and everyone as safe as possible. And we just don't have access to that at this moment. So I was very sad for a little while. And then one day I started thinking about different camps we could do virtually and how to make them not lectures, not where kids are just sitting in front of the screens, because they're doing that with school right now. And as a mommy, I can tell you, it's hard. It's so hard on kids. So we've been working and I've been researching and brainstorming and talking to people about what camps we can offer to make completely interactive with the kids so that they can have fun. They're part of it. They're moving. They're talking as much as possible, and they're not just staring at a screen, and they're learning something that's fun. So they're enjoying it. So we've been working really, really hard to come up with camps that I think will blow everyone out of the water. And because we have to do it virtually, we've had access to some people to come and teach who I wouldn't have had access to in the first place. And it's really, really exciting.
Is there any silver lining to this?
I think the silver lining to this, it's hard to see at times, but the one thing we can do is, I think when we work in theater, a lot of the time, because people want to do shows, it all becomes about the show and the production. And now we have a chance to take a lot of time to really focus on learning and becoming better and studying the craft, in a fun way, always, but having a chance to take these classes and to meet with people and learn from the students around you who you may not have known. When you do it virtually, they could be from the Bay Area, or they could be from Southern California or Oregon, or who knows. So you get to work with all these different people and get to learn from all them and really take a chance to really work on it. You have such a tight timeline when you're putting on a show, and we put out great products, but there's not one person I've ever met who wouldn't have wanted more time to work something. So right now we have the time to just work and not put on the razzle dazzle and the spotlights, but just give these kids this chance to really get this one-on-one focus that sometimes gets lost.
So how does the pandemic affect the future of LAYT moving forward?
Everything keeps changing, so we are trying to find ways to adapt to. Our hope is to have a season of shows. We are trying to think outside the box right now on doing shows that are less problematic with the pandemic, that gives us less chances to spread germs, so less physical contact for a little bit, probably less singing, just so that we can continue giving these children the opportunity to do something fun, and also looking at performing either outside or in larger places where there's less contact with the audience, because we really want them to be safe too. So figuring out ways that the kids can perform, they can have fun with keeping space between themselves, and also that an audience can come and keep space between themselves too, and find a way just to give back, because the arts are important and we miss everyone. And so figuring out a way for us to get back out there is something we're working very, very hard on doing, because we miss them. I miss the kids. I miss everyone. So we're hoping to figure out as much as we can, have as many options, so that as things move forward, we have choices.
Now, I know that you had planned on retiring at the beginning of this month. Obviously, with the pandemic, that didn't happen. What are your plans now?
I was going to retire in May, but when the pandemic hit, I realized what was more important was figuring out how to handle this issue as best as we can than trying to throw someone into it. But the goal is we are going to start searching again and looking and trying to find someone who has the energy and passion for theater and the love for teaching, and has just this excitement that wants to take this program and make it as amazing as it can be, because it has been around a very long time. Los Altos's theater has been here since the community center has been here. It's a very old theater program, and it is a wonderful program, and I want to see it do all the amazing things it can do. So we will be finding someone who can take everything that I've done and push it even further and do even more than I could ever dream. So the hope is to find someone who can take what I've done and outdo me. And I'm going to dare them too.
Thank you so much for joining us, Jillian. It was great to get an opportunity to speak with you.
All right, thank you. Bye, Allie.
If you would like to support LAYT and LASC, and we truly hope that you do, please like and share this video with your friends and family. You can also show us support by liking us on Facebook, following us on Twitter and Instagram, and subscribing to our YouTube channel. Please help us get the word out about summer camps and programs by signing up on our website, www.losaltosstage.org, and telling everyone you know about the fantastic offerings we have this summer. It won't be what you're used to, but it sure will be interesting, drama-filled, and, as always, educational. Until next time, remember to stay safe, stay sane, take care of yourselves, and keep the light on.